There we go. That's
Hey
Matt.
guys.
This is Matt. I can't see it. What is this
Yeah.
good?
I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
I don't know. You're gonna have to go with. I need 2 pictures.
Don't worry, I'm working on it.
Also need to make sure that we have good sound.
I assume that at best it's kind of sketchy right now. You know, we are currently sitting up in the grandstands at Lucas Oil
I'm
Stadium.
gonna turn you guys around. I can at least see. So this is the off play area, the side play area. Oh yeah, you need to check the chat. So this is the side play area of this is in Lucas Oil Stadium, and this is like the side area basically. So it looks empty, but honestly it's not. It's very very busy. But we wanted to find a quiet place to be able to go live and actually you can actually hear us. Well, I saw you said hi.
Yeah, that's me. Oh, cool. It comes up on the side there.
Yeah, so it actually comes on the screen. So I guess we can talk.
Is there a way you can flip the camera around? Just
When you go live, I don't think it'll let you do anything. Maybe what does that do? Oh, hey, look at that.
Perfect, yeah.
So, where's your gimbal thing?
Oh, it's right here. Yeah.
It'd be easier to like hold.
Yeah.
Hey, Solar Guy, what's up, man? We're just learning this YouTube thing out. I remember last time I took it in the wrong orientation and it wouldn't let me change it at all. But apparently I can flip cameras.
So this thing has to like go around your phone.
Solar Guy, how's the sound?
It's got to go around your phone.
Okay, you guys are going for a ride.
Yeah. Hold on tight.
We're gonna gimbal up.
I think this will work. Should be bear with us for just a moment. Oh, it's not paired to your phone. It's not gonna like that. You'll have to pair to this thing.
We're just gonna go old school.
Yeah, we're just gonna do the regular thing.
Hold on, let me get this thing off my phone.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I had to hit a button. I don't know what I did.
Oh my God.
There we go.
Yeah.
I might have zoomed in.
Oh yeah.
Professionals, let's go.
Look at us go.
You know, this is fine.
Yeah.
I'll just hold this. Our podcast. This is Cardboard Conversations, by the way. Normally Pat does the intro. This is weird.
Oh yeah. Hey guys.
Here you go. You do it.
Yeah. Hey. Welcome again to another episode of Cardboard Conversations. We are Pure MTG, and we are live right now in Indianapolis, Indiana, at the Lucas Oil Stadium.
Look. There's no green screen.
Yeah. No. This is just we're actually here.
I'm just able to touch him.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So. Yeah, I've been hanging out with Matt. Bob was here. It was a super fun time.
Yeah.
He brought his daughter along. We got to go out, have some nice dinner. Man, filet mignon. I got to say, we've been living it up. We've been hanging out, doing a lot of gaming. I was surprised that until last night, we didn't really play much Magic. So we got to get out, really try out some new games.
Yeah.
Matt and I have been playing some Star Wars Unlimited. Doesn't come out yet. Can't tell you too much about it. Comes out in 2024, so make sure you're looking at that. Been getting a bunch of promos and stuff.
We're under NDA.
Yeah, right. No damn advantage. Yeah, they wouldn't really tell us much. It was interesting, all the different
mechanics they've stolen from every other game?
Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it.
So actually, I do have a card.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the promo cards that we got. You can see down at the bottom here, they say, focus, you mother... Okay. This is like... Oh, stop looking at my face. Don't do it. I think it just says event exclusive. But yeah, it's a new game that they're coming out with. It's basically... If you've ever played Ashes, Phoenix Reborn, then you combined it with... I don't know, a couple other things. The game is simple, but it's good.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was still fun.
We did the demo yesterday and again today because we were able to get the promos twice over.
Yeah, we're probably going to do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you also get Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, so you get the pair of them, Luke and Vader. You get the father-son duo right there.
Yeah.
And good
then,
stuff, yeah. And I honestly, so the first time we played, it seemed as though, oh yeah, that's the one.
It's Mickey Mouse, dude. Whoa.
The indistinguishable price on it still.
Yeah, the price is very fluid. It's anywhere between $80 and $400.
Yeah, so we're definitely racking those up right now, honestly, and it's wild. If you spend $25, you get a promo card that's worth over that price. sometimes depending on who the buyer is and like what you're looking at,
Yeah.
the prices, as Matt was saying, hundreds of dollars. So spend 25, 30 bucks, get yourself a puzzle, and pay for a good chunk of your trip.
Hey Rob, what's up? GenCon's pretty cool. I'll flip you guys around here. So this is the side area. This is over here at Lucas Oil Stadium.
I love that this is the side area.
Yeah, this is like, it looks empty. Honestly, it really does. I mean, you've got like people over here in the stadium, but this is the side area. This is like the overflow. The actual main area. If we had better internet, we probably could go over there. Maybe we'll try to get some. I think we got some video. Maybe we'll throw up on like a side, like a our time at Gen Con. So far, I would say, from my experience personally, the day one did not feel like a vacation to me because driving here, getting the hotel. We didn't really do anything because it was like a day. We wanted to get here a day early,
and then waiting for Pat to get out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
He was on some layovers, unfortunately, so his flight was delayed multiple times.
Yeah.
But he finally got here, and then we got the hotel, and by that time it was like 10:30.
Yeah, it was pretty late already. But we were at the hotel for 11 o'clock. And that was when we had made the decision to just say, hey, let's go get our badges at Will Call.
Oh, yeah.
It's midnight. The day before. It can't be that bad, right?
Trying to find a place to park was an experience because I hate cities. I'll tell you what, if you ever want to see the worst way I drive, it's going to be in a city because I don't drive cities very often. And if you live in a city, they love their one-way streets.
Mm-hmm. And they do like 6-lane one-way streets.
True,
in some of these.
There's a lot of lanes, and it looks like when you're turning down a one-way street the wrong way, it looks like there's 2 lanes that you could drive into because there's nobody there. And of course, when you're like used to a normal street, there's 4 lanes of traffic to your left, and you're like, okay, yeah, these 2 empty lanes must be the way to go that way for us normal people that go on 2-way streets. Turns out that we immediately found, as Pat was yelling at me,
no right turn,
no right turn. I'm like, okie dokie, swerve.
Yeah.
Luckily, it was a red light on their side, so they were just looking at me like, what the fuck is this idiot?
Nice Subaru, bro. Is he going to do a burnout Tokyo Drift style?
So that was my one mistake driving in the city. It was only one. I've been fine since then. We did find cool parking. It's, not terribly close, but it's close enough. Our hotel's not far away. It's about 12 minutes away.
Depending on how you go through a bit of a ghetto.
Yeah.
But, nice. I got to see my first pregnancy help clinic. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
Realized that we were, in kind of the...
We found some really shady part of the Indiana, apparently.
Yeah, and I gotta say, this is probably the smelliest city I've ever been in.
Have you even been in a city before?
In many cities, yeah.
Oh.
I gotta say, even compared to like Ho Chi Minh City, this smells worse.
Yeah, walking around, you'll get random wafts of sewage. It's very strange. But anyways, the good things of Gen Con, tons of people, tons of cool people. We've played Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, we've played Star Wars Destiny, we've played Clank, we've played Hero Realms.
We got to draft Commander Legends for Commander Raids.
We got to draft 4 Commander Raids. That was good.
Yeah, it is actually a viable format, which was really cool to see that we were able to bust open some packs, pass them around the table, and form up some pretty decent decks. So, pretty good time.
I feel like it was more of a sealed, I will say. Although I feel like it was a draft, but you're just like... You're kind of trading, but you're not really trading. You're still drafting. But in like a collective sealed, you could that would be kind of cooler, I think, maybe, is a collective sealed. Where like everybody opens their packs, pulls the cards together, and then like each makes decks from it. Although the draft experience is still fun too. I don't know. But yeah, drafting Commander Legends was really cool. It actually was fun. Bob had a good time. If you ever want to see Bob from our channel, if you ever want to see him the happiest man he's ever been in his entire life, you buy him filet mignon.
Yep.
Seriously, I have never seen him.
Steak in front of him, and even Amy, his daughter, was just so taken aback at the huge smile on his face. Yeah, just So yeah, we went to Rodizio style Brazilian steakhouse. So all you can eat. They keep bringing it over to your table. Different dishes. So you get rack of lamb. You get some top sirloin. They come over with filet mignon. Then they come over with bacon wrapped chicken, and you just keep coming and coming until you just flip your little token over that says, "Hey, I need a break. Let me eat for a bit."
And then they ignore that and they still keep
Then
bringing
they just
you
keep
food.
coming over. And then you're like rubbing
Which is
your belly
fine.
and you're groaning, and then they come over with more tasty steak, and you just say, "Yeah, sure, okay, yeah."
Ribeye was my favorite.
Oh
The
man.
ribeye had nice, really big salt crystals on it, so it was well seasoned. The filet was super tender, but it was like kind of, I wouldn't say flavorless, but flavor lacking in my opinion. I like a nice steak.
Under seasoned.
Yes, under seasoned. It didn't have any salt on it. I
Yep.
tasted no salt,
Yeah.
so that sucked.
It's definitely for like the pure carnivore experience. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Matt
then
found out he didn't like lamb.
Lamb is for the strangest people. My palate is not for lamb. I bit into that and I wanted to spit it out. I'm honestly a little surprised I chewed it and ate it.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
You were clearly disgusted.
Immediately
And then,
just regretted everything I've ever done.
Yeah.
This is what it almost made me never want to try new food again.
yeah.
Dude, it was gross.
Yeah. So we just had dinner here. We've been eating pretty rich for the most part, so pretty good dinners, really treating
We've
ourselves.
only
But
had 2 good big dinners.
it's our third night here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had taco truck.
Yeah, we had
just now.
taco truck
Yep.
just now. And then in the morning we had burger and tater tots.
Got to hang
Like-
out, talk with a writer for AAW Studios. They
Right? Yeah.
do some content in the 5e kind of genre, so Dungeons and Dragons stuff. It's a really community-driven press, and really nice person was talking to us for a while. We were hanging out.
She or he?
I'm going with them.
Okay, sure. Them is
Yeah,
probably more safe.
Yeah, it always works.
There's a lot of people here that are gender fluid,
or
which is
whatever.
fine.
And
I just don't know. I didn't
yeah,
ever ask.
And there's
so
a
it
lot of
didn't matter.
furries too. People with
True.
tails and like the little
Some cute
chibi
there's
ears
a-
and stuff.
Yeah, cute girls. I like it.
Yes, exactly, Matt. I was a little bit down on some of the cosplayers. It's not really for me, but every once in a while, there's some of them that. So we saw some Ghostbusters earlier.
They were cool.
They were cool as shit. Just 2 like heavy-set Bill Murray looking motherfuckers, and we're just walking around with like light-up backpacks, spinning wires. And
Oh,
all
they
that
had
stuff.
all kinds of crap, electronics,
yeah.
and it looked legit.
And then you'll see some like little thought run by with like just the most skimpy outfit, and it's like I am just so taken aback by the differences in how people are interacting with the event, and me as one as well. I've just worn button-up polo shirts like every single
Just
day.
wearing a t-shirt.
Yeah, just the most like nondescript clothes, just
Yeah.
regular looking dudes.
Just
Yeah.
chilling.
So yeah, been
Super around.
super fun here, and you can see it's super lively still. Right now it is 7 p.m., a little after, right? And they'll keep going well past 10 o'clock every single night. There's actually a block party here outside, so there are, I think, over 40 food trucks, they said. Wizards of the Coast has an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness, man. It's just been a phenomenal time so far.
And remember, this is the overfill.
Yeah, this is
This is
the
like the side
overflow.
events.
Yeah. There's just no way we were ever going to be able to hear each other.
It's very loud
Yeah.
in the main area, and it's one of those things where I'll probably try to take like a video, or maybe Pat's got a video of the actual main area tomorrow, and that'll be the least busy day probably.
That's so today was
Sundays.
supposed to be one of the busiest days. We were talking with some people when we were in the will call line for our tickets, and they were saying Saturday is usually the busiest days with a lot of people coming in off the weekends. So we weren't able to get into any more Kana stuff, no events. I wasn't able to get any boxes or anything like that. It has been a ridiculous line the entire time. I spoke to somebody at one point yesterday, and they had said usually if you line up at about 6 or 7 in the morning, you'll usually be able to get your box between 10 and 11 a.m. And I am not going to spend 4 to 5 hours standing in line or sitting against the wall and just slowly moving by so I can get a box of Lorcana when it was made expressingly clear to us that it will be sold very, very widely. You'll be able to buy it off of Amazon, Walmart, Target, all the big retailers, and also shopdisney.com as well.
Are they selling direct?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So I don't think
they plan
that,
to make it very much obtainable.
Yeah, and there's no first edition to it. It is
Yeah.
the same print run all the way through, though.
And the Gen Con boxes were nothing special.
Yep, there's absolutely nothing that makes it an exclusive for this event. It's just the first time you're able to get your hands on it. So we've actually heard a decent amount of stories of people that have bought a box. It goes for like $143, so $150, and then turn around and sell it immediately for near $300.
$250, $300. Some guys are saying $500.
Yeah. But could be absolutely. But
maybe on day one where they didn't know, because basically the way it's worked is they've been selling about 1,000 boxes, or I say reserving about 1,000. We were told 1,000 boxes per day, and that's just the boxes. They were selling starter decks. They were selling pins and like enamel pins, and they were selling deck boxes, maybe sleeves. But most of the time, it seems like the deck boxes for the starter decks for Lorcana were selling out. They said by 11. And then the boxes would stay good for until about 2, but that's the cutoff of when they stopped selling. But those people were waiting in line for many hours previous to that. And remember, there's nothing exclusive about this at all.
Right. So the same thing that people are spending hours and hours of time at a convention instead of doing other things is going to be the same product that in just a few scant weeks you'll be able to get down the road from you at your Walmart Supercenter and your very wilted greens.
Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna like check out the line. If the line's short enough, if it's less than a half hour long, we'll stand in line. Bob wants me to pick him up a box of Lorcana, so I'll grab a box of Lorcana. Plus, every time you spend $25 or more, you get a Mickey Mouse promo card. As we talked about before, those promo cards are selling for a wide variety. Most of the time, they sell for around $300 to $400. Which is a pretty damn good deal when you're spending $25 and getting $300.
Well, yeah, and that's my thing, right? I was a little hesitant on how much I was going to, go overboard at the event here. I didn't want to spend too much. And now seeing that I could easily get such a recoup on my entry here, just the 2 cards I got, the 3 Mickey Mouses, let's go on the low side of it, will pay for my entire flight here.
Sure.
Which is phenomenal. Such a lucky break. And we
started time capsule. Have a good one, man.
Hey, take care, dude. Thanks for joining us.
We will have fun. We already have had fun.
Absolutely. A blast. I mean, it just outside eating chorizo from the taco truck and then hanging out with somebody who writes for a company that we were playing one of their modules earlier. Yeah. It's just been such a phenomenal time. I mean, okay, so we were walking in the hallway. There's probably about 50 pinball machines. They're actually running a pinball machine tournament because apparently you can have a fucking tournament in pinball. Yeah. And Matt kind of like, hey, Pat, you didn't say hi to Mark? The fuck are you talking about?
Mark Rosewater walked right past us.
Yeah, no idea.
He didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
He just walked right past him.
And, we don't text that much anymore, so honestly, I shouldn't be shaken up about it, but he knew I was here, so I felt a little bit, whatever. I know he's busy.
Fine.
Yeah, there's been a lot of really small companies and stuff, too, so I know he's been really busy. He's trying to get this Magic Gathering, thing going.
I'm gonna get it off the
So I really hope the best for him. There's a lot of people here that are looking at small games like that. So
there's something going on down there on the floor.
Yeah, show him what's going on. We got
some kind of.
Oh, everybody's just breaking.
I don't know what they're doing.
So they were just having a bit of a powwow.
He was yelling.
And now everybody's just going right back to their tables.
GenCon HQ.
I'm not even sure what game they're playing.
I was kind of hoping to see, but I don't at the moment. No.
So that has been one of the interesting things here.
As
we go by so many different tables, as you can see out here in the audience, that they've got Keyforge, they've got DCC RPG, they've got Navernus International, so many different games being actively played all over the place. So it's a very lively center here. We've been having a whole lot of fun.
Very busy.
Yeah.
It takes so long to walk from one side of the convention to the other side of the convention to get lemonade and then move back.
Yep. So we were going to the Pathfinder event.
There's the ceiling.
Yeah. We were going to a Pathfinder event, and they said, come back for 2 o'clock and we'll get you in. It was 1:20. So we walked to get lemonade, came back. It was exactly 2 o'clock. So it took us 40 minutes to walk and get lemonade and come back. Then we sat for another 15, 20 minutes, and they got us in.
She said it was too late.
Yeah.
She was like, you had to be here by 2, and I showed her the phone. I'm like, it is 2. Like, what the fuck? She's like, well, you want to be here before 2. And I'm like, no. And then, we were told by 2.
And then
but she got us into somebody. And the DM we got was cool, so.
Oh, super nice
we
guy.
might have got a different
Fox was super
His
cool.
last name was Fox or something.
Yeah.
We played Pathfinder 2. Ooh.
Yeah, so while we were waiting to get put onto a table, there was somebody else who didn't show up, and she's like, just push him down the list.
Yeah.
So I assume she
Damn
did
it, Duncan.
Yeah, some people. Super fun, though. I definitely made a couple of rules mistakes, wasn't totally attentive to all the things that were coming at me. Bit of similarities between D&D and Pathfinder, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was super fun, though. All of the different varieties, and the writer from AAW that we were talking with, they discussed that there is such variance in the different classes and skills you can take when you're making a character in Pathfinder, and as you go ahead and level them up and change around their skills, it becomes very personalized and customized to you. So I'm definitely interested in taking a strong look at that.
Yeah.
They also do something called Starfinder, which is just D&D in space.
Yeah.
So kind of like cyberpunk.
Pathfinder in space.
Yeah,
to be fair.
So
It's Pathfinder.
You've got laser guns, regular pistols. People are flying around. Flip the camera. Just
No, we're not going to start filming people. Be respectful. They
Yeah.
want to walk through the frame, they can walk through the frame.
yeah. So a lot of
Anyways.
cosplayers, interesting stuff. It's always cool to see the different enjoyment that people are bringing. Whether it's, like us, we're here for a little bit of filming, playing a lot of games, just getting exposure to different systems and mechanics. And then some people are here just for, just for Lorcana, which blew me away.
There was actually a palette. This is semi-related to Lorcana. We actually don't know. So we've heard a little bit of. We've heard a little bit of. Well, it's confirmed that there was theft involved.
Yeah, apparently there was half a pallet of something.
It looked like half a pallet to me. So if you Google search GenCon $300,000 of merchandise stolen, there's an article that was written. So basically, they're claiming that there was a pallet of product on day one when they were setting. Or it was on Thursday when they were setting up.
Yeah.
They were claiming that somebody basically walked off with a pallet of product in some kind of trading card game. Some people said it was Pokemon.
Yeah,
but
so the fans of Gen Con Facebook group, we were talking with one of them, and they had mentioned that they were under the belief that it was a Pokemon theft. And the article I had read last night was that it was, in fact, Lorcana. So if you guys know, hey, let us know down in the comment section.
They're not going to know.
Yeah, it's just for later. If you're watching the video later.
Oh, maybe later. Maybe they were here and they got the inside scoop.
Yeah, or maybe you're that Duncan dude who took it. No, we don't know.
Yeah, it was probably Duncan. They do have pictures of the guy that walked off with the pallet, but they're asking for people to identify him because they don't know him by image,
Yeah, the best quality security footage as you could imagine.
There's some balls just walking in, like, hey, I got this pallet. I'll take it to where it needs to go in my trunk.
Yeah, and then
also not $300,000. There's no fucking way. This pallet had maybe 3 tiers of boxes on it. Those boxes would have to be insane cost of.
Maybe $30,000.
$30,000 a box?
No, maybe $30,000 worth of value.
I was like, yeah, if they're $30,000 a box, if they're like alpha Pokemon cards or some shit, or maybe they could have been premium product that would shipped in specifically for some kind of event.
Could be.
But I don't know. They said 300,000. Don't know where that number came from. I could see 30,000.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, nowhere. There's no way unless there was something special on it, which makes sense. Makes sense why they'd be angry that it's stolen because 300K is a lot, and especially if it's exclusive.
Yeah.
Also, could be a good target. It's an inside job.
Oh, right.
Actually, it might have been an inside job.
It wouldn't be terribly surprising.
They're always inside jobs.
Well, and also, there's just been such a difficulty with the organization of some of Gen Con in general. There's so many different moving parts, different companies all coming in, different exhibitors, vendors. It's really logistically difficult. So I'm not surprised that somebody with a lot of chutzpah, just did something ridiculous.
There was the very first day that they lined up for Lorcana. Bob will tell this story, but basically he got screwed out of his position in line, even though he was actually in a pretty good position, but he got jerked around and they were told, go one way or go another, which sucks. But so he missed his spot. But apparently, when they first opened the doors for the very first time to go to the exhibit hall, they created a mob because there were so many people trying to rush to get to the Lorcana booth in order to buy the stuff. It's fucking ridiculous. I guess these people just don't understand that in like a few weeks you'll just be able to buy this. There's nothing exclusive about these boxes.
Very few weeks.
There's nothing exclusive about the starter decks.
Nope.
The only exclusive thing that you get is the promo card that everybody gets.
Or the pin if you buy Villainous, I think.
Yeah, there's a few exclusive
Yeah,
pins.
but there's nothing about the Lorcana product.
But there's nothing
itself that makes
Lorcana
it,
exclusive. I do think you get a pin of Lorcana if you buy Lorcana product. So we haven't seen that yet.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm fairly certain I saw a Lorcana pin.
Yeah.
So there will be a
Mickey
Lorcana
or
pin.
something, yeah.
Maybe that's exclusive to Gen Con. But like, come on now. There's no reason to like stomp people over and like, potentially hurt somebody.
It
over
has
it.
been
Ridiculous.
absolutely hectic. So the will call for our tickets when we came at midnight on Wednesday or midnight, Thursday morning.
Yeah.
There were easily 500 people ahead of us. Got through the line in 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was
really
great.
well set up.
Yeah.
The next morning we came back and there were easily 500 to 1,000 people in a mass for Lorcana. There was such a disarray of where they were telling people to stand, the information that they were giving them. And at one point, they had just sold out of product. And there were people that had been standing in line for hours and hours that were told to just piss right off.
Yeah.
And I am not surprised that there were some very, sour folks about it.
They were also doing this thing where if you bought Lorcana, they would like punch your bag or punch your badge.
Yep.
They basically put a hole in it.
Yep.
And they apparently stopped doing that, we were told.
Yeah.
They're not doing that anymore. I guess they either secured enough product or the product's not in enough demand now. The lines were short from what we were told. They looked long at the beginning, but now it's potentially shorter than anticipated?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We went back today to get our allotment of promo card.
Our daily
allotment
$80 to $400 promo
yeah,
card,
right. So as we went back, there was probably a 50-person line in the same place for the Lorcana.
Yeah.
But except this time it was for signatures. So I think there was possibly an artist or two, unknown. I have no idea who was signing, but they were.
I was
in
told
line
the
for
name,
signatures.
but I didn't retain that information.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, it's for blah 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 from Lorcana, and I'm like, okay, don't care, but thanks.
But we were
I don't
able to,
sound like a dick,
meet up with Lance.
true.
Previously of
Lance.
Cothern Cards, now repping Moonshot. So hey, make sure you go over to Rippin' Shits by Moonshine. Check that out.
Don't Google that.
Don't. I gotta say, honestly, number one thing, Lance, super personable.
Also not short.
Oh, that was gonna be number two.
Oh, okay.
Is notably taller than I thought.
He thought he was short.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure. I kind of seemed short. I agree.
I think it's the camera angle because it comes down on him. Real nice. Yeah, it was nice to just hang out, chat with him for 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
He was kind of watching over his booth, trying to get in touch, see if we can see him. He's about half hour away, I think,
Something
hour.
like that.
So he's actually surprisingly local to the area.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know
really
that.
Fun. Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
But now we know. Yeah, we stayed at his booth, chatted with him a few, got a few insider scoops. Apparently, so this is from a card shop.
Yeah.
Undisclosed name of the card shop, but if you are smart, you'll figure it out. He was saying that Magic is great. He loves Magic. He said Magic's doing fine for his card shop. So, very interesting. Now, what he's saying is
we should talk to him, see if
if he'll come on.
Yeah. Jason
maybe.
seemed really pleasant.
He seemed open about it.
Yeah.
At the very least, and he was like very open about the.
You guys definitely hit it off as far as your opine, like your back and forth and the shared opinions on stuff.
What was he saying that my brain is, there's a lot of information up here that doesn't stick. He was saying that the one thing that they did need to work on was something.
I think it was the rapidness of the releases coming out.
Is that what he said?
I think so.
I don't think so.
I might have just been talking with Lance while you were chatting with him.
There was something specifically that he. Well, I guess if I remember, we'll talk about it again.
Yeah, maybe we'll just have him on and he'll just chat about it.
He seems cool. He's the owner of the card shop that we're talking about.
Yeah. And you talked to somebody from Star City Games, so we might have a
yeah.
contact
We're gonna
there.
have a guest. We're gonna have a guest. I think he was just working for them or working like there's like a GM. I think it's called GM HQ program where like you can basically sign up to be a game master. You work like I don't know, a duration of time per day. I think you're paid hourly.
Yeah,
But they
yeah,
also
hourly.
but they also give you your badge. They give you, and when they give, I mean they comp you a badge. They comp you some of your hotel, some of your travel expenses.
Yeah.
And but then you're also able to just go around on like your lunch break, and then also the rest of the time you have available.
Yeah. So we
And-
talked to 2 people that flew in both to Indianapolis from Texas and another one from San Francisco.
Yeah.
And a large portion of their travel fees were all comp. So
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it seems like an interesting way to get here. And then you're in town. You know, you can hang out, and there's so many events that go on way late. The vendor hall closes at about 6, but as you can tell here, at 7:30, there is more than a lot of active play.
Sunday at 4.
Yeah. So super cool that they offer a service like that, and it's really helpful to us as well as participants in this, because there are a lot of very knowledgeable people that are able to be here and staff all of these different booths, all of these different games. You know, whether it's somebody's teaching you how to play Zombicide, they're going to teach you how to play Pathfinder. You know, there's so many different exposures that we've got here, and it's all because of the GM stuff that they do. There's
Yeah.
no way that these small companies could come out and do all of this stuff.
No, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And there's and I don't know. I think realistically, at one point, I think I would kind of like to do it, but at the same time, I think I'd get bored of it. I'd want to work at a
Right.
bunch of different booths, not at one. If I was just like the person that worked at, like, I don't know, the Star Wars game, I'd be
Yeah.
bored out of my mind
Yeah.
after day one. Maybe even halfway through day one. I got ADD. I'd want to try them all. But realistically, it's still the convention experience, at least as far as Gen Con's concerned, has been cool. You can't do everything, which is a little annoying. Everything's like packed, so
Yes.
it's kind of annoying.
And
But
even just with how crowded some of it can be, getting from one location to another can certainly be difficult. There are so many different like paths that people are trying to travel on. So you've got a right lane, a left lane, a center lane, a left lane, a right lane.
people standing still
Yeah.
in the middle of everything.
Yeah, and then there's a sign right on the wall that says "Don't sit here, walkway only." And then you've got somebody
they'll-
sitting
and then
there
they'll
just
sit
eating
there.
noodles.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, you have to kick somebody. A little bit of a shoulder rub. That's it is what it is.
I wanted to kick that guy. I didn't.
Yeah,
I should
yeah.
have.
There was somebody with a cane that really thought because they were disabled it was my problem.
I think-
disagreed.
I don't think she was disabled. I think she was just walking with.
Oh, she
with
might have just been a
confidence.
bitch holding the cane.
I thought she was cool.
Yeah.
She was so. She felt. I think she felt so powerful with that cane. She had like a. It was. I don't know. She was cool. I dig it. Pat wouldn't get out of her way though.
No,
They, they were walking towards each other, and he refused to move.
Yeah.
So she walked around him.
Yeah.
But it was still fun. We still got some shit to do tonight, maybe. I don't know. We're going to do this for another, 20, 25 minutes here.
Yeah.
Recap some more of our experiences. Food trucks are cool. It's
Dude.
been hot as hell. It's like 90 degrees, 80 to
has
90
been pretty
degrees.
hot.
I don't like hotness. I sweat a lot. So,
Yesterday, to get the
not
box
great.
of Commander Legends from Bob's car, I walked over with Amy, and the real feel outside at time was 106 degrees.
Yeah.
So it's definitely been pretty warm.
Yep.
I am in like full vacation mode though, so
Yeah.
just like a nice flowy shirt. I've got sandals and shorts on the whole time. Yeah, been pretty fun.
Yeah.
Really enjoying it. Haven't gotten to I don't even know if we have a pool at the hotel yet. I saw there was a little weight room there.
I don't do pools, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I hate being the second person to piss in a pool though. Because somebody's always the first, and it's
Yeah.
rarely ever you.
Yeah. Is that the ones where, like, do they still have the thing in the pools where, like, if you pee, it turns green?
That's
or-
not ever been a real thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's not a real thing.
Huh.
Yeah.
I guess it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, right? Because it would always be that color.
Maybe.
Because have you ever seen a pool do that? And there's piss in it.
I don't know.
I do.
I've never peed in a pool before. Well, that I remember as an adult.
It's kind of difficult because there's all that like back pressure and stuff. Either way, fun
Oh,
as the conversation as that's been.
I peed in a lake,
Oh, okay.
so I know
That's
it
pretty
is.
much
It
the
is
same
more
thing.
difficult than you would anticipate.
The food truck's been super cool.
Sure.
Again, back to how smelly downtown Indianapolis can be.
Who cares?
Every once in a while, it just smells of.
You smell sewer
Yeah.
smell.
Tonight's going to be the night, though. I'm going to get on one of those cool little bird scooters. Going to ride one of those limes around town.
It's either bird or lime. There's like these electric scooters that you can rent out. They're surprisingly reasonable rates.
Yeah.
It's like $1 to start, and then it's like 54 cents per minute.
Yeah.
So realistically, you could get a pretty good amount of distance on a few bucks.
Yeah, and it is. They move pretty quick. We
Yeah,
definitely heard
15
one
to 20
like
miles per hour.
Yeah. And you're not supposed to ride them on the sidewalk because it is definitely a dangerous thing, and we
Yeah.
see everybody do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely should be on the street, on the side. They actually should have like a scooter lane,
Yeah.
realistically.
What they should do is
A
paint
bike
some
lane.
lines on the road too while they're at it.
Yeah, and follow speed limits. But
Yeah, dude.
nobody follows speed limits in
Yeah,
Indiana.
we
Not a
asked-
single person.
Yeah, we asked Lance of Rip and Shit by Moonshot, so making sure to go check him out. He was saying that, yeah, that's just pretty standard. If it says 40, most people will go 60-ish. If it says 50, they're all going near 70. So,
Like
yeah.
20 over.
Yeah, you'd think that that was not normal because it's not. That's like, close to felony speeding in most states.
Yeah, reckless driving.
Yeah. So, cool stuff. Yeah, real interesting. And they've got these things called work sites.
Working site speed limits.
Yeah.
But that don't seem to be paid attention to at all.
Which are different than
Which is
construction
weird.
zones.
Yes,
So,
they are separate.
yeah.
I still haven't Googled that. Apparently, Lance didn't know.
Yeah, he seemed.
He also didn't. I guess another thing he just ignores.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, well, whatever. I'm just going to speed through it anyways. What's the
Yeah.
matter? I guess they do a lot of cameras on the state lines and stuff for
Yeah,
catching
yeah.
people with warrants.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or maybe even just surveying like how many people come in and out of the city or the state
Yeah.
at the times.
We were doing
I
that
don't know.
during COVID up in the great Northeast, New Hampshire and Vermont. We're counting numbers.
Yeah. So, okay, let's think about something. What's one thing at Gen Con that we think that we have exclusive knowledge of that nobody watching, or everybody watching that would find interesting?
Star Wars is blowing up as far as trading cards, miniature games. They are going all out right now.
Yeah, they have 3 products right now just at Gen Con. They have Star Wars Xfinity, which I think is some kind of like, it looks kind of like Warhammer style, where you're like, you have your ships and you have your stormtroopers.
So
You've
that's
got your terrain. Then you have the Star Wars universe. Star Wars Unlimited. Star Wars
Unlimited,
which is like the
one we were-
TCG game, where you have you actually buy
No,
packs.
it's the yeah. And then they have another one.
Then they have Star Wars. It's a deck builder,
Yep.
which I don't know what it's called, but it exists. So
And
that's
then
at
there's
least
Star
3.
Wars X-Wing, which is a fourth
That's
one.
what I said. X-Wing. I said Xfinity.
So there's X-Wing, and then there's another one.
Okay,
Yeah,
there
there's
might
a
be 4.
fourth one, which is more like it's similar to like the X-Wing, where it's little miniatures and stuff, but it's all ground-based.
Okay.
I believe that those are 2 separate games that they're premiering, and
Oh.
the banner above it actually talked about 2 things that weren't even at the show. So it seems as though Star Wars is definitely going to be an IP to keep an eye on. If you're a fan of it, there's going to be a lot coming your way. In
The
next year or
TCG
two.
is not bad.
Yeah, I was really surprised at how intuitive it was. It seemed like it ilked a lot of things from other gaming systems, which made it really familiar. But at the same time, it's got its own Star Wars spin on it. So they're like ground units versus air units. You've got your base, which represents your health. Very intuitive, but different enough that I was really into it.
Yeah, you basically had like your standard like 1 land per turn, but in this, it's instead of lands, you just take any card. It's at the end of your turn. You take any card in your hand and you place it upside down or face down, I guess, and that's your land. That's your resource management. That's it.
Well, it's tough though. In a way, they've kind of designed themselves into a bit of a corner that they could never really do a modal card. They couldn't do anything but a back.
Yeah, but not many. I think Magic might be the only one that does modal cards. I can't think of any other game that has a modal card. Which could be a flaw in other games, or it could be a flaw in Magic. I don't think it's a flaw in Magic. I like modal cards.
Yeah, I think that in a way they also make it difficult because some decks will have like 1 modal card, for just a couple of
It's slightly
flip lands.
annoying to have to like take it out of the sleeve and flip it over.
Right.
But
Well, and also you
It's
have
cool.
to sleeve the entire deck.
Yeah.
And it can't just be like super cool
I
clear
had
sleeves.
clear sleeves on one of
Yeah,
my decks.
yeah.
I started sleeving it, then I got to the
99th card.
No. I had about I think it was 7 or 8 of them, where like they were like normal Magic backs, and then I had the proxies, and the proxies have to make playing cards back into them.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh no, I can't actually use them.
Yeah.
So then what I had to do is I had to put normal Magic cards on
Behind
the back.
every single one.
No. I just used
on, like,
I just printed a piece of paper out instead of using the actual proxy.
Yeah.
So I had the Magic back and then printed a piece of paper in there. It's just my own fault. Oh, one of the cool things that I saw at Gen Con. So if you guys are familiar with the sleeves that I used to use Katana sleeves. Yeah. Not a sponsor. I'd love if Katana sponsored.
Not a sponsor, want a sponsor.
I would love Katana as a sponsor. That would be sick. They have a new kind of sleeve coming out called, or it might have been out for a while. I've never seen them, but they're called shoot. What are they called? There's a new cheaper sleeve that they came out with. It starts with an X, right? Or like a fudge.
I wanted to pick them up while we were there too, and I saw as we went.
What happens if I do this? Reconnecting.
So
Reconnecting. Yeah. Okay. Hey. Okay. Can't do that. You're gonna have to Google it. Either way.
Yeah.
It was quick. It's like nobody ever saw anything.
Yeah. You guys didn't even know. You just think that the internet went down for a second.
Katana came out with a new sleeve, a new kind of sleeve. They are slightly lower quality. In my opinion, they kind of shuffle better. If you're ever familiar with katanas, they're very resistant to smash shuffle. But these new katana sleeves, they're called like expression or I don't know.
I'm looking at them up.
Yeah. Just be like new katana cheaper sleeves. Something like that. But yeah, they're like $9 for the 100. And the guy at the shop said that he didn't really notice that they weren't katanas for like the first few months, and then you start to notice. So they might have longevity problems, which normal katanas don't. But I wonder if it's only Gen Con exclusive.
I'm not seeing them online so far.
Try to go to images and just like scroll through them real quick. Did you type in like new sleeves? No.
Well, hey, yeah, it seems as though maybe we got something new going on. But...
Yeah, they were $9 at the Star City Games. You could have actually checked Star City Games, probably.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So Star City Games had them. Maybe it's a Star City Games exclusive, but it was $9 for the 100, which is competitively priced. And like I said, they were matte finish. They were red, black, blue, green. I think white and clear is what I remember seeing. But yeah, the guy at Star City Games, I don't know that he works for Star City Games, but I think that he was just one of the volunteers, the game dudes. He's a big One Piece guy, and they have a podcast that they do. He happens to be the same around channel as us, about 1,000 subscribers or so, a little bit higher. And he does a podcast for One Piece. It's called Three Swords Productions. I'm going to get in contact with him, and we'll have him on the podcast sometime soon. Hopefully, and we're going to talk about some One Piece. I've been interested. You see it everywhere.
Yeah, honestly, I've got a picture of it when we first showed up. Day one we were here, the entire outside entrance of one of the entrances was a huge One Piece advertisement. It must have been 40 feet tall by like 60 feet wide and was just massive presence here as far as adverts, but I've never actually seen anybody either one playing the game or a booth for it. So that's kind of surprising.
I mean, there is a booth for Grand Archive. There is a booth for, oh my God, the dice. They have some dice.
Geez,
they have some dice. We're gonna go out a little bit.
So this is just one of like the dice, just a cool little dice, just something that will be able to show up a little bit better on camera. But
yeah, I
was talking dice. With we all three of us, Matt, Amy, and I, were talking with the owner of Level Up Dice, Alex. Phenomenal guy. Just saw him actually a little while ago in the hallway there. Some of the most premier items I've ever seen.
Tungsten dice.
Pure tungsten.
That was. Did he have the tungsten with the dice inside of the die?
Yeah. No. I think that was only in brass.
Well, even still, there was tungsten dice, dice set.
Yeah.
They were $650.
So heavy.
But if you know your metals, tungsten is one of the densest metals there are.
Oh my goodness.
And it's very expensive. So having a dice set crafted out of tungsten, I have to imagine would be expensive. the things that actually cut tungsten, they're expensive.
Yeah, you're gonna need like
and being
a
able to
carbide
form
bit,
it, you need a
yeah.
special. Yeah, I mean, I get it. So, but yeah, 600, lot out of my price range.
Yeah, and then he
for
also had
dice,
a
you know?
copper set.
Yeah,
He
there
had
was
a
copper,
brass set.
titanium, which is
Yeah,
cool. I love titanium.
How do you say it? An
Super light.
aluminum set.
Aluminum.
Yeah.
And you could tell he was super passionate. They had this really cool system with their dice where there was like a 5-point star on the edges.
Oh my goodness.
So they have this
Yeah.
proprietary ability to cut the edge where like the numbers intersect. They were on a 5-point star, so that when you rolled it, it rolled more naturally as opposed to the way the dice tumbles.
Yeah.
This like rolls more. And
It's so hard to describe. Yeah. And it phenomenal.
I think it'll prevent dice being not on the side that they're supposed to. You know how you have like cocked dice? Well, you don't roll dice that often. Sometimes you get cocked dice where like in between two numbers.
Okay.
And I think that would probably prevent it because it has more to like, I don't know, roll to. It's hard to explain.
It rolls
it's weird.
more. Yeah, it definitely dances across the table in a completely different way. And that's one of the things. It being a proprietary technology is that it is unlike anything I've seen before. Yeah.
They had gem dice,
my goodness,
like jade and
opal,
garnet and ruby, opal.
The most incredible stuff. I took a couple of pictures of the eBay booth just next to them.
Okay.
And they had a Black Lotus.
Yeah. And then some card I never heard of.
Alpha starter deck. And
no, it was unlimited.
Unlimited starter
Unlimited starter deck.
And then there was
it could have a Black Lotus.
I think it was one of the Urza's cards. The first one that they had foils in, and it was missing the layer of text.
Yeah.
So it was just the picture and all the boxes and stuff.
Old school foil misprint.
Yeah. But yeah, talking with Alex from Level Up Dice, a super fun guy, really knowledgeable, and like Matt said, really passionate about his work. So it was phenomenal getting to have a discussion with him about a number of different things, including he had figured out a way where he could mill from metal the inside different. So it was like a cage, and it had the die in the middle. So hard to describe. I'd like to go back tomorrow and maybe chat with him a bit, take a couple of pictures, video of it or something.
Yeah, check out Level Up Dice. If you're a dice guy, if you like dice and you have a little bit extra money, when I say a little bit extra, I'm talking like
a good solid,
$150 to $200+ that you're
die,
that you're no, not per die. The sets that were the lesser metals were fine.
Okay, yeah.
There was the one that was like it was like $225.
Yeah.
But there was one set that was $150. Wormwood Games was there. I was not as impressed in person for the Purple Heartwood deck boxes.
Yeah.
If you look online, if you go Google search Wormwood Purple Heartwood boxes, dice trays and boxes, they look really, really good. If you see them in person, they look faded as all hell.
Yep.
And I'm like, he was like, yeah, it's just this display model. He's like, let me get you out a fresh one, and you can actually see it.
And he pulls
it out, and it was more faded than the last one.
Oh, even worse.
It was not good.
He kind of just gave this like pleading look to us.
He was like, I'm sorry, I was wrong, sir.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it is. I'm like, yeah, well, all right, well, thanks for looking at it.
Then we just wandered off.
I will say, the craftsmanship is top notch.
Oh, absolutely.
But you're paying for the premium.
High-powered neodymium magnets holding everything together.
I thought that was a gimmick.
Oh, I don't disagree with you, but I'm just trying to help.
The dice tray, it was like a tower, and the tower had like magnets that could like you can like take it and like break it down. So it has a smaller footprint to store it in, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
How much does that really matter? It helps, but it's like you're spending $300 on a freaking dice tower and tray. So I don't know. If the prices weren't so high, I get that premium quality things cost a lot of money, but I also think that like they're probably charging a bit. They're using router bits. They've got these things. They're not like handcrafted. I don't think. I could be wrong. If they're handcrafted, maybe it's worth the money.
No.
But if they've got these on like a jig and they're just churning them out and then staining them and like throwing them through a machine.
Oh, they're not even staining them. No way.
Well, yeah, they are. They're stained.
That purple one wasn't. He even was suggesting that to put lacquer on it so it would bring out the color.
Well, but lacquer is just a finishing thing.
Right, yeah, they're not stained though.
No, stained means that's how there's not purple wood.
Yeah, there is.
No, when they dye it, it brings out the natural color of the wood. But they still have to dye it. I'm fairly certain they're dyed. I think they're dyed. They're stained. I'm like 90% sure. I don't think they're just random purple trees. How would they get purple? Yeah, that's stained.
It's not. Purple Heart.
Yeah, stained.
No,
Be like, is it stained?
Yeah, it comes that color. Like that's
maybe
the
they just
color
had
of
crap.
the tree.
Maybe they just had crappy wood.
Yeah.
They gotta pay for the better Purple Heart wood.
Yeah.
I still think they stain it.
They don't, but
I can think that. I might be wrong.
That's the great thing about this convention is
think
that we can have so many different ideas going on at the same time. You know, like I thought it was totally fine for $5 for tater tots, and you know,
it is.
It is.
It's like half a bag. You get a lot of tater tots.
We had a shitload of tater tots.
Do you want to try to walk to the gameplay area and like give them like a walking tour as our last like 10 minutes?
Yeah. Hey guys. You know, we're gonna take a risk. We're doing the hotspot off my phone, and I have pretty decent reception throughout this.
I don't.
It's.
I'm using his hotspot.
Yeah.
Don't use Google Fi. Honestly, I'm sorry.
Oh my
I
God.
wanted to love Google Fi, but it's constant
doggy.
problems. All right, let's flip you guys around.
Yeah, we're gonna give it a go.
We're gonna try to like walk through Gen Con and give you guys like a walking tour of like for like the last 10 minutes or so. So I'm gonna try not to get people. So we'll just do this.
Yeah. Bear with us.
It's gonna be loud. You won't hear us. The internet might cut out. Oh, we're gonna have to avoid going through the tunnel because the tunnel will 100% knock us out. So we're gonna have to go outside and then go back inside.
Yeah,
that's fine. So one of the cool things that I like about it, it's actually way less busier than it was.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's almost
6 p.m.
I'll say it's almost 7.
When we were walking over to the food trucks was when everybody was leaving the exhibit hall.
So we're gonna go outside. You guys will see the food truck, all the food trucks. So this is the outside here.
Yeah, tell me those don't look like Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, those at nighttime, they look like Abraham Lincoln's top hat. Wow, it's way less busy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been...
Hey, you've got food trucks lined up along. We'll get a better picture of it.
Great night.
You too.
Oh, okay, it smells good now.
Lots of berries over there. Lots of food trucks. Food smells good when you smell the food. Big ass building. This is what we mean about going everywhere. It takes like 15-20 minutes to walk anywhere you want to go. Which is fine. The first day we walked 7 miles. The second day we walked, I actually don't know, but probably 5. No. There's multiple mics.
Oh, are there?
Yeah,
I only got one.
Yeah, there's 3 microphones.
Damn, you and your cool phone.
That's a microphone there.
Oh,
there's a microphone down here. I think it uses the mouthpiece as the microphone.
This is a cool truck. Plus the glass
It's
on
see-through.
it. Hi.
Those are the Lime scooters we were talking about. Alright, so now this is where we might lose you guys, or also, you might not be able to hear us. There's going to be a lot of people, I imagine. Maybe? Maybe not. I'm going to go inside the actual con. That was just the side area. A wall of drinks, which is pretty cool. I definitely have been drinking a ton of water. Oh, the gust of cool air from the con. So nice. Oh, it's nowhere near as busy as it.
Because of
Yeah.
like the negative pressure.
A lot of people still.
There's so many pinball machines.
Yeah, this is called Pinball Alley. You see lots of pinball machines, which is pretty cool. Well, it still says we're live, so we still got connection. Good, good. You guys probably can't hear us too well, but maybe. Yeah, just tons and tons of pinball. Still a decent number of people. Before, this was actually like very, very.
This was shoulder.
This was nuts to butts, as Bob likes to call it.
Yeah, it is
He loves his nuts to butts.
military life.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
In the military?
That's usually military people say it.
Gotcha. The exhibition hall is going to be full, or closed, I mean, but the play area is still open. I think they're open until maybe 11? 10?
This won't even say.
No, it doesn't say. There's way less people.
Oh yeah, this is a huge.
We've been leaving at about 7 or 8 because we had dinner reservations the one night. We were tired the other one.
Yeah, even yesterday though, we were up until like 1.
Yeah, we stayed up late.
We were playing Commander till midnight.
And we played some Commander at the hotel.
Oh, we got to do that pre-con deck. That heads I win, tails you lose.
Right, that was a good one.
That was super cool.
I've played it a few times. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's just it could use some love.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, me too.
Yeah, directly from the pre-con, it's not amazing.
Speaking of need some love, can we go through the shady part of town on the way home?
Nah, I'm all right. You could take an Uber over there if you want.
Line scooter up to the wall.
Yeah, there you go. Use one of the Lime scooters. Just ride around. You'll find something dodgy, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Just go back to that.
Arcane World exclusive. Oh, there we go. How hours? Oh, we already know that. Tomorrow until 4. They've got Avatar. Apparently, Avatar Legends role-playing game, which is interesting. I mean, who doesn't want to be an airbender, right?
What is that? Dragonbane?
Yeah, there was something called Dragonbane, which had a big line every time we walked past it.
Yeah.
So it must be cool, right?
Oh.
Looks like Wizard of the Coast. A Chardalon, I believe.
Oh, so that's dressed, but then.
Well, that's a Chardalon, I believe.
Huh.
And Dritz, and you have your standard 5 heroes.
Yeah.
Which I only know Dritz.
Oh, I know all the companions, buddy.
Oh yeah? What's his name?
So you got Dristor, and you got Brunor Battlehammer.
I know Bruno.
You got Caddy Bree, which is also a Battlehammer because she was adopted by Brunor.
Interesting.
Same with Wolfgar, even
Okay.
though he is son of Bonjor.
Buongiorno?
No, it's just like some Viking thing. I don't know how to say their names.
Alright, fair enough. Okay, we've been walking for
And then, of course,
7 minutes and we're like not even halfway to where we need to be.
Half, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can show you the.
Oh yeah,
The-
just
the-
live music like all
This
the
is called a
time,
card
too.
holla. Oh, you got a break dancer?
Oh dang.
He stopped. I know. You've got card holla. This is where people get to build
Build, donate, destroy.
towers of cards. And the idea here is that all these cards they're built towers out of, and then you can donate and throw coins at them.
Yeah.
And all the profits go to some kind of charity. I don't know. I'll show you here.
So donate. All proceeds will go to Indie Reads
Indie Reads and Game Pathways looks like maybe, which is pretty cool. Sure, we'll take the expressway.
Yeah.
Not really.
And as like we were saying before, there's a little bit of oddity as far as how they're setting things up. As you can tell by like the stanchions we're walking through. I don't know why they're here.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why they're here. This was the divider line for Lorcana. Speaking of Lorcana, there's like a booth here to do something with. Not entirely sure. There's Monty Cook Games, if you're familiar with Monty Cook Games. More Monte Cook games.
Oh, Catan.
Yeah, people keep talking about Catan. There's a Catan thing over there.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Costco.
Those people, yeah, we were at the hotel and they were playing Catan. They were real nerdy into it. They're like, I would like to trade you 2 wood for my
I won't
wheat.
attack you if I get 3 sheep.
Yeah.
Honestly, it went on for like 3 hours. They were all just sitting around drinking tea, being weird.
Being nerds. Which is fine. We played. Yeah, we played like 4 or 5 games of Commander. And the time it took them to trade 3 sheep for wool for wood.
Honestly, I don't think they built a single damn road.
What is this for? What is?
What are you guys applying for? For 2 rooms in a booth.
What is? 2 rooms and a boom, apparently. What does that mean? Yeah, we're like at the exhibit hall, but I don't know how to get to it.
Yeah.
To the play hall.
Shut down for the day.
So, are they waiting in line?